All right, so in this video, I'm going to cover the back side of the notes, and we're going to talk about union. So when two inequalities are joined by the word or, at least one of the statements must be true to be in the solution set. So example, x is greater than 3 or x is less than 1. So interval notation uses the union symbol U to join these intervals. So if we were to look at this example here, we know that x is greater than 3, x is less than 1. So x is less than 1 would look like this, and x is greater than 3 would look like this in intervals. And then you would use this symbol in between. So let's solve some. So you can clearly see that we have the word or here. So let's solve it. So we're going to add 8. Add 8. We're going to end up with negative 3 is less than or equal to 3x, negative 3x. So right away I should be thinking that I'm going to flip my inequality symbol when I divide by 3, and I'm going to end up with x. So 1 is greater than or equal to x. So when I flip these around, remember, the little point is still going to be touching the x. The alligator is still eating the 1. So let's do the other side. So we're going to add 8. We're going to add 8. We're going to end up with negative 9 is greater than or equal to negative 3x. Again, we're going to divide by a negative, so we're going to flip our sign. We're going to end up with 3x. X is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so I'm going to actually kind of write it more. Well, let me see if I can smush it up a little bit. Okay, so I can have room. So I'm going to write or. I'm going to say x is greater than or equal to 3, or x is less than or equal to 1. Then if I were to use interval, I would write it like that, and then I would have my union right in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to have, excuse me, I'll be right here at 1, and it would go in this direction, and then I would have it at 3, and it would go in this direction, just like that. All right, so let's do our last example. So I'm going to start by adding 4. Adding 4, I get negative 16 is less than or equal to negative 4x. I'm going to divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, and I'm going to get 4 is less than or equal to x. Whoops, I divided by a negative. So let me make sure I flip my sign. And then if I was going to change x to the other side, you just want to make sure that the alligator is still eating the 4. All right, let's do the other side. So I'm going to add 4, negative 4x is less than or equal to negative 40. Again, I'm dividing by a negative, so I'm going to flip my sign. So I'm going to end up with x. Let me write this a little bit lower. Is greater than or equal to 10. Just like that. So here I know that x is greater than or equal to 10. And I also know that x is less than or equal to 4. And then if I were to write this in interval notation, I know it's going to go from negative infinity to 4. I'm going to use that union symbol. And then I know it's going to go from 10 to positive infinity. But I want to make sure I use a bracket here And I want to make sure I use a bracket here. So now let's graph it. So I'm going to go to the number 10. I'm going to use a filled circle. I'm going to draw my arrow to the right. Here I'm going to go to -8. Oops, sorry, 4. I'm going to go to 4. I'm going to fill my circle and I'm going to draw it toward -infinity. All right. As usual, if you have any questions, please come and see me. Try to do the one that's left on the front page.